Things are changing so fast. Here's one for you. Home buyers may now be able to use cryptocurrency as part of their mortgage application under a new federally backed loan program. I didn't memorize this, so I'm going to read right off the headline. The head of the federal government agency that oversees Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac wants mortgage giants to consider accepting home buyers' cryptocurrency holdings in their criteria for buying mortgages from banks.
In keeping with President Trump's vision to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, today I ordered the great Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to prepare their businesses to count cryptocurrency as an asset for a mortgage.
Most banks do sell their loans to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they do need to meet certain criteria in order for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy them, to secure them. The Federal Housing Agency, which oversees Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, ordered the agencies to prepare a proposal for consideration of crypto as an asset for reserves. Reserves are the cash that you have that you can use if you get in a situation. A lot of banks require you to have between 3 and 6 months reserves after you close. After you put your down payment down, they want to see that you have 3 to 6 months worth of cash to pay all your bills, including that mortgage payment. There's a reserve requirement, and now they're going to let you use cryptocurrency. And here's where it gets interesting. They also instructed the agencies, as part of their mortgage risk assessment, that the home buyer, should not be required to cash out their cryptocurrency and convert it into US dollars. Now, currently, right now, the use of cryptocurrency is extremely limited. I don't see really anybody using cryptocurrency to buy houses. And if you did, you probably would have to convert it to US dollars. At least right now, it would be like paying cash. But the reserve requirement just shows that you have money in the bank, just like if you would have stock holdings. Those are also assets that you can cash out if you got in a pinch. So now they're going to allow cryptocurrency to be considered in the same fashion. The National Association of Realtors did conduct a survey to ask people, homebuyers, how much of them had actually utilized cryptocurrency in the home buying process. And it was really only 1% of people that were using it, and that was cashing it out for the purpose of a down payment. Obviously, this is a big win for advocates of cryptocurrency. It might help the housing market. I don't know if it's going to move the needle that much considering where we are right now, but it may take some home buyers, especially the younger home buyers. They don't keep the cash around. They've been buying cryptocurrency. It may turn them into buyers, and it may push them over the edge for qualifying because they will now be able to use that as reserves. But here's the kicker. If you didn't know, all banks use formulas to reduce the dollar amount on those assets. Yeah, they're not going to give you, if you have, let's say, 1 Bitcoin and it's worth $117,000, they're not going to give you $117,000 worth of asset credit because Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin goes down. It could go down by 50%. So they'll probably use the same formula they would use for, let's say, a pension or an IRA, which can also go up and down. So typically they give you 70%. Whatever the current estimated value is. So let's say it's worth $100,000. They're going to give you a $70,000 asset credit, if that makes sense. That Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac purchase pretty much 50% of all mortgages, which is about a $12 trillion business. And mortgages and home sales are a big part of our economy. Not that you've been living under a rock, but the housing industry, housing market, I should say, has been in a slump since 2022 When mortgage rates began to climb in the post-pandemic time, home sales fell last year to their lowest level in 30 years. So sales have remained sluggish with elevated mortgage rates, ever so high home prices that don't seem to be going down fast enough. It's keeping home buyers on the sidelines. As of April, the U.S. housing market had nearly 34% more sellers than buyers. I'll say that again. 34% more homes for sale than there are buyers. If you're trying to sell your home, keep that in mind. So what do you think? Think adding cryptocurrency to the number of assets that you can use to qualify for a mortgage? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's going to move the needle at all in the housing market? Times are a-changing. I think there will come a time when you won't even have a mortgage underwriter. That's right. AI is coming for all the jobs. So if you're a mortgage underwriter, we already have automated values where the computer figures out what your home is worth. I think that's what's going to happen with mortgages. They'll just scan your application. AI, ChatGPT, Grok, all of what Claude, whatever. There's so many names I can't even keep up with them all. Just going to look at it and tell you if you qualify or not. The bank's going to take that decision. The question is, what else are they going to figure out with AI? Or what type of tools are they going to use in order to qualify you for that mortgage? Anyways, that's just an update on what's happening with mortgage applications, mortgage processing. Cryptocurrency is about to be used. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, say hi, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Take care.